Gentlemen, let's cut through the noise and talk about a truth so simple, yet so profoundly powerful, it will rewrite everything you thought you knew about male vitality. Forget the endless parade of expensive pills and that tired, old advice about magnesium. It's useful, yes, but it's a sideshow when you're trying to reignite the very spark of your manhood. We're talking about a fundamental physiological truth that often gets lost in the noise of a pharmaceutical-driven world. The real key to restoring firmness, stamina, and that powerful, undeniable sense of masculine drive often lies not in exotic supplements or costly prescriptions, but in a precise nighttime combination of two essential, synergistic vitamins and minerals, vitamin D3 and zinc. This isn't a theory. It's a protocol rooted in the body's natural circadian and hormonal rhythms. A protocol Dr. May Anderson, have seen transform the lives of thousands of men over the past 25 years. Let's immediately dive deeper into the science of the first component, vitamin D3. Most men, and even many doctors, relegate D3 to a discussion of bone health or immune function. They view it as a simple nutrient. That view is dangerously reductive, especially for men over 60. The truth is, vitamin D3 functions less like a vitamin and more like a powerful steroid hormone within your body. When you introduce it into your system, particularly at the strategic time of evening, it doesn't just float around aimlessly. It actively seeks out and locks into specific receptor sites. These are the very same receptors that are critically involved in the regulation and production of your most essential male hormone, testosterone. Think of the vitamin D receptor as a highly sensitive ignition switch. When D3 binds to it, it sends a direct, powerful signal to the cells in your testes, telling them, in no uncertain terms, to ramp up production of testosterone. Testosterone, as you know, is the symphony conductor of male health. It's what gives you the strength in your grip, the energy to get through the day, the ability to maintain lean muscle mass, and, crucially, the necessary circulation and desire for intimacy. I've worked with men in their late 70s who were told their low testosterone was simply a part of aging. Yet, once we corrected their profound vitamin D3 deficiency, often within a few weeks, they began to experience the very tangible, undeniable return of morning firmness. This isn't magic. It's simply giving the body the raw materials and the green light it desperately needs. But here is the critical pivot, the piece of the puzzle that 90% of men get wrong when they attempt to supplement D3 on their own. Vitamin D3 cannot operate effectively in isolation. It's like a finely tuned machine that requires a second, lesser known, but equally vital part to be fully activated. This is where the partner mineral, zinc, steps in. Zinc is the essential cofactor that your body absolutely requires to efficiently utilize the vitamin D3 you're taking. Most older men, due to diet, depleted soil quality, and reduced digestive efficiency, are running on empty when it comes to available, bioeffective zinc. They may be taking D3, but without adequate zinc, they are, in essence, trying to start a car with a key in the ignition, D3, but absolutely no fuel in the tank. The signal from the D3 never translates into a full, robust increase in testosterone production. Let me take you back to the story of Richard, a 74-year-old gentleman who personifies this deficiency. 3 years without a full, firm erection, a loving marriage, straining under the weight of his performance anxiety. When his blood work came back, the numbers were clear. His vitamin D was alarmingly low, and his zinc was struggling just as much. The mainstream approach would have been a prescription drug, a temporary fix with a laundry list of side effects. Our approach was simpler, deeper, and more rooted in physiology. 3,000 IU of vitamin D3 with dinner and 20 milligrams of zinc 2 hours before bed. The results Richard experienced. the returning morning energy, the powerful sense of renewed confidence, and the physical transformation in his relationship are the rule, not the exception, when this simple synergy is achieved. Now, let's tackle the question that often follows. Why at night? Conventional wisdom often dictates morning supplementation, especially for D3, given its association with sunlight. But that conventional wisdom ignores your body's most powerful, natural restorative cycle, the circadian rhythm of hormone production. Your body is not a static machine. It's an orchestra, and the conductor's most critical performance happens while you sleep, specifically between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. This is the window when your testosterone production naturally peaks, and your body engages in its most profound processes of repair and rebuilding. By strategically taking D3 and zinc in the evening, you ensure that these vital building blocks are fully present and available in your bloodstream. Right at the moment, your body is naturally primed to produce and restore hormone balance. The role of zinc, the ignition switch, and the guardian zinc's importance extends beyond just activating D3. It is, physiologically, the ignition switch for the entire testosterone production process. The signaling cascade for testosterone production begins in your brain, in the pituitary gland, which releases luteinizing hormone, LH, the message that tells your testes, it's time to manufacture. Zinc is absolutely essential for allowing that LH message to successfully bind to the receptors in your testes and trigger the actual physical production of the hormone. Without sufficient zinc, the signal is weak, distorted, or simply ignored. Furthermore, zinc is a powerful prostate protector. Deficiency in zinc is frequently and directly linked to an enlarged prostate, benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, leading to the frustrating symptoms of frequent nighttime urination and poor urinary flow. Restoring optimal zinc levels, therefore, provides a twofold benefit. It fuels your performance and simultaneously supports the long-term health of one of the most critical glands in your male anatomy. Taking that 15 to 30 milligrams of zinc before bed isn't just about the bedroom. It's an investment in your comfortable sleep and your future health. The D3 factor, the volume knob, and systemic health. If zinc is the ignition, D3 is the volume knob. By boosting the sensitivity of the testosterone receptors in the testes, D3 ensures that when the signal, LH, facilitated by zinc, arrives, it's heard loud and clear, leading to a much more robust hormonal response. But the benefits of correcting D3 deficiency resonate throughout your entire system. Chronically low vitamin D3 levels have been conclusively linked to a higher incidence of depression, persistent fatigue, and a significantly increased risk of cardiovascular problems. The weak erections you're experiencing are often just the first, most obvious symptom of this deeper systemic depletion. By bringing your D3 levels up, you're not merely pursuing firmer erections. You are initiating a whole-body upgrade that can add years of healthy, energetic life. This is why you must view this protocol not as a trick, but as a foundational necessity for survival and vitality. The saboteurs. 3 nighttime supplements to avoid before you rush to implement this protocol. A crucial warning: many men, in an earnest attempt to improve their health, are taking common supplements at night that directly sabotage the very benefits they seek. You must avoid these 3 supplements in the evening. Vitamin C. While excellent for immunity, taking high-dose vitamin C at night can interfere with your sleep quality and, counterintuitively, blunt natural testosterone production. Save your vitamin C for the morning. B-complex vitamins. The B vitamins, particularly B6 and B12, are powerful energizers and nervous system stimulants. Taking them before bed will rev up your system when it should be winding down. disrupting the essential deep sleep phases where hormone repair occurs. Anything with caffeine. This may seem obvious, but men are often surprised to find caffeine, green tea extract, or other stimulants snuck into common fat-burning or pre-workout supplements they might take in the evening. These compounds are hormone cycle fighters. They directly work against the natural, restorative rhythm of your body. The principle here is simple but profound. Timing is just as important as the capsule. When you respect your body's innate circadian rhythms and hormonal cycles, the results are multiplied. When you violate them, you are fighting an uphill battle, putting the protocol into precise practice. Let's ensure there is no confusion on the exact steps for maximum life-changing effect. Step 1. Vitamin D3 with dinner, the absorption rule. What? 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3. Get a baseline blood test, but this range is the sweet spot for most men over 60 to move out of the danger zone of deficiency. When? With your largest evening meal, dinner. Why? Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. It absolutely requires dietary fat, whether from salmon, a drizzle of olive oil on a salad, or some avocado, to be properly absorbed through the small intestine. Taking it on an empty stomach is essentially flushing it down the toilet. This timing ensures it's available in the bloodstream as your body transitions into its nighttime repair phase. Step 2. Zinc, 2 hours before bed, the activation rule. What? 15 to 30 mg of elemental zinc. The target dose is typically around 20 mg. Lower doses may be ineffective. Higher doses can risk upsetting your stomach or creating an imbalance with copper. When? Approximately 2 hours before your planned bedtime. Why? This time, GAP separates the mineral from other competing nutrients in your meal and places it perfectly into your system to support. The peak testosterone window of 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Take it with plain water, avoiding dairy, coffee, or alcohol, which can all interfere with mineral absorption. The consistency of this simple, precise, and effective protocol is what leads to the profound changes. Men often report subtle, yet noticeable increases in morning energy and sharper focus within the first 2 weeks. By weeks 3 to 6, the physical, undeniable changes begin. The return of those strong, unmistakable morning erections, better stamina, and a tangible return of confidence. The Skeptic's Corner, addressing the doubt. If you've heard this before and didn't see results, you likely made one of the 2 common mistakes: wrong dosage or lack of fat. Your D3 was never absorbed. No zinc. Your D3 was absorbed, but had no cofactor to fully activate the testosterone surge. Correcting these 2 simple strategic errors is often the difference between frustrating stagnation and life-altering transformation. The physiological partnership. Radio analogy. Let's revisit the core science using a simple analogy. Think of your male hormone system as a radio trying to play the music of masculinity. Zinc is the action of turning the power on. It's the essential catalyst for the whole process. No zinc, no energy flow, no signal. Vitamin D3 is the action of turning the volume up. It increases the sensitivity of the receivers, the receptors, on the testers, so the signal is heard loud and clear, resulting in robust production. You need both. They are not substitutes. They are a complementary, non-negotiable team. This isn't just theory. It's an elegant partnership that works with, not against, your body's natural design. The lifelong impact beyond the bedroom. We've established that weak erections are not an isolated inconvenience. They are a first-line warning sign of systemic issues: poor circulation, hormonal decline, and accelerated aging. By addressing the root cause with D3 and zinc, you're not just restoring performance, you're mitigating your risk for more serious health concerns. Bringing up your vitamin D levels is fighting depression and strengthening your heart. Restoring zinc is protecting your prostate and enhancing your immune response. You are not just adding life to your years, you are adding vitality and power to your years. Holding on to the strength and dignity that defines you as a man. The story of James, 72, who hadn't felt a true morning erection in a decade, is powerful because it illustrates the systemic change. When he returned to the clinic after 4 weeks, he reported feeling like 40 again. But notice what happened beyond the physical. His wife was overjoyed. His confidence shot up. He was walking taller and with more energy. The restoration of manhood ripples out, transforming not just the intimate life, but the emotional, relational, and overall life quality of the man. Age is not the enemy. Deficiency is the enemy. When you fix the deficiency and employ the right strategy, the right supplements at the right time, your body remembers how to perform, often with astonishing speed. This message is simple, natural, and backed by decades of research. Don't let skepticism turn into paralysis. Your vitality, your confidence, and your closest relationship are all waiting for you to take this one simple, strategic step tonight.